All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. I want to do a daily update, and it's going to be very different than yesterday's update. Bitcoin had a good day. The Bitcoin miners acted much differently than they did yesterday, so I want to go through that and talk about, hopefully that is a new trend. Okay, let's start out by looking at the Bitcoin miner big board. I want to go through the whole thing. It is green from top to bottom. Bitfarms was up 6%, HUT was up 9.9, almost 10%, Hive was up 8%, Cleanspark was up about 7.8%, RIOT was up 13.8%. So RIOT is the largest market cap out of all the Bitcoin miners. Marathon is the second largest, it was up 10.4%. Cypher is the third largest market cap. It was up 15.79%. So those are gigantic moves for the larger market cap stocks. So as you can see, this is a much different day than we've had over the course of the last few weeks. The Bitcoin miners have been lagging behind the performance of Bitcoin over the last month. I did a very detailed video on that yesterday, but today we've broken the mold. So I don't know if this is the beginning of a new trend or if this is just a one-off. Just a couple other honorable mentions. I want to talk about MicroStrategy, which is not a Bitcoin miner, but we included on the list by popular demand, and it was up 14.4% today. So that's a massive move to the upside. Stronghold was up about 6.8%. I am going to talk about them a little later as well. So across the board, a very good day. For whatever reason, there were a couple that were only up 1 or 2 or 3%, but even those were green. Even the ones that had a rough day were green today. So very positive day. Okay, so I just want to sidetrack us for a minute. I just want to put in perspective how big of a move this was particularly for RIOT. But RIOT, Marathon, and Cypher, you can see this is a list of all the market caps as of last Friday, March 24th. And you can see the top 3 Bitcoin miners were RIOT, Marathon, and Cypher. So RIOT was up 13.8% today. That's almost $200 million in additional market cap that RIOT added today. So they added a Bitfarms today, they added a Cleanspark today, they added more than an Iris Energy, a Wolf, a Bit Digital. There's been a flight to safety, there's been a lot of fear in the market overall, in the banking system. Cryptocurrency has been the beneficiary of that. So Bitcoin has gone up quite a bit, and within the Bitcoin miners, it seems like the larger Bitcoin miners are the ones that are reaping the biggest benefit from this. This is a chart comparing the February high for each Bitcoin miner to where they are right now at the end of March. And this chart is updated through last Friday, so there are a few days, and today being a very green day. So while Bitcoin is up 10%, almost every single Bitcoin miner has been down. Some of them have been down substantially. Again, we spent a long time on this in yesterday's video. March of 2023 has been very tough for the Bitcoin miners. It's been pretty good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is once again testing its recent highs. The 2 stocks that performed the best were RIOT, which was up 13.8%. Well, that was the best performing stock already over the course of the last 4 to 6 weeks. And then the other one was Cypher. Well, that's the 3rd best performing stock. Those 2 have been the winners. Marathon, I think, with their price action right here today, gets them pretty close to 0. Cypher has also had a nice run, but you can see even with a nice green day today, and we were green from top to bottom, these stocks have a long way to go to catch up to Bitcoin, and this is just how much they've fallen behind again in the last 4 to 6 weeks. This is not from their all-time highs or recent highs or anything like that. This is just from February. Also, please remember to subscribe to the channel. You can also smash the like button, and you can hit the notification bell and get notified right away when we make a video. So thanks to all the subscribers, much appreciated. Okay, let's get to the Bitcoin chart. This is Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame. So as always, there's an orange line where Bitcoin was yesterday when the equity markets closed in the US. Bitcoin was at around 27,400. So from the close of yesterday until the equity closed today, Bitcoin was up over 3.5%. So that is a very strong day. And again, it's already up 10% over the course of the last month or month and a half. So this was a very solid day, and you'll see we are very near this line of resistance. As we zoom out, you're going to see this line at 28.8. I have a red line at 28,800. This is a very strong line of resistance. We bumped into this in February several times. We couldn't get through it. We're right back knocking on the door again right now. So the question is, can we get through this thing and maybe make a run into the 30,000s, or are we going to get rejected again here? Okay, so if I go to at Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, it becomes a little more clear. You'll see just last week we tested this line once and twice. We did get rejected, but a week later we seem to have reset and are making another run up towards this line. So these are 4-hour candles. So you'll see today was a big move to the upside. We are currently only 1.25% away from getting to that long-term line of resistance, and hopefully what we're looking to do is potentially cross that and maybe turn it into a line of support, and again maybe take a run up into the 30,000s. Okay, so in yesterday's video we had this green line right here. This has been a line of resistance. This dates all the way back to March 17th, so that's 12 days ago. Now, when we were doing our video yesterday, if you look, you'll see we bumped into this line of resistance and then pulled back a little bit. This is where we were when we made the video yesterday. So we were saying, essentially, unless we can get across this green line, we're not really going to be able to make another run at 28,000. But you'll see immediately after that, we did cross this green line, and as soon as we crossed it, we had a giant run to the upside. That is just exactly what we talked about in yesterday's video. So that played out nicely. Now the question is, can we get up here? There is still room left. We are not in overbought territory yet on the 4-hour time frame, so I still think there's a possibility to take a run here at 28,800. Okay, so if I look at Bitcoin on the 1-day time frame, let's measure from the low in late November to where we are right now. Okay, so you can see this run is currently almost 83% to the upside. We were a little higher than that last week. We got as high as over 86%, so we're pushing a 100% rally here. Don't know that we're going to get there, but we did get as high as 86, and we're currently sitting at 83, so just one more leg up and we can pull a double here for Bitcoin. Obviously, you can see today's candle, this is a very big green candle, so we seem to have found some support somewhere here in the middle of what previously was uncharted territory. This has always been a gap for Bitcoin, so it's never really traded in between 25,200 and 28,800, but you can see we are finding a little level of support in the middle, somewhere like right in the middle of this, around 27,000, and we keep bouncing back and forth. Also, you can support the channel by hitting the join button. It's right next to the subscribe button. So membership is $5. It helps support the channel, and there's a lot of content ready and waiting for you should you choose to join. In addition to that, we have a once-a-week members only live stream every week after the market closes on Tuesday. Also, we have a private Discord for members only, so we can keep the conversation running 24/7. So a special shout out to all the members. Thank you for being members, and a welcome to anybody who would like to join. Okay, I just want to take a look at a few stocks in specific. These are a few of the Bitcoin miners that I think are of interest right now, to me anyway. I'm not sure there's a lot of interest out there in this, but this one has my interest. So I wanted to put it on everybody's radar, maybe get it onto people's watch list. You'll see Stronghold bottomed out basically right at the beginning of January. You'll see they got down all the way down to 40 cents. So they did take a nice run up, as all the Bitcoin miners did, for the first couple of months until the middle of February. So that was a 130% run up. So they've pulled back since then. They're now up about 50% off of their low. But what I wanted to look at is basically, if you do the reverse, if you take where they're trading right now back to their highs from February, and remember in February, Bitcoin was only at around 25,000. We're at about 28,000 right now. So Bitcoin is up over the last month. Stronghold did just report. I think they had some positive stuff in their report. I like what I saw. So again, in any instance, if Bitcoin continues to rally and people like what they saw in this report, there's an immediate 50% to upside just to get back to where they were in the middle of February. So that was about a month and a half ago. If I zoom out a little bit, you'll see that the last time Bitcoin was at $25,000, which was in August of 2022, Stronghold was up around $3.80. So it is down about 83% just from the last time Bitcoin was at 25,000 in 2022. They have made some major changes to their company, so it is worth doing a deep dive on this one and doing your due diligence. But I do like what I see. I don't know that it can necessarily run back up to this. This would be a 516% run up. I don't know that that's a realistic price target in the short term, but it's certainly possible over a 1 or 2 or 3 year period if they do what they said they were going to do in the report that they just put out today. So obviously, as always, there's potential downside. It's 34% just to their recent lows, which was their all-time lows. And then obviously, if this company doesn't make it, like all stocks, the ultimate downside is potentially zero. Right now, from their all-time highs, this stock is still down about 97 or 98%. So I do think there's an awful lot of room left to rally. I don't know that it's ever going to get back to the numbers that it was at its peak, but it doesn't necessarily have to have some big improvements. The other stock I want to take a quick look at was RIOT Blockchain. RIOT is the largest market cap out of all the Bitcoin miners, and RIOT has behaved the best over the course of essentially the last month or last month and a half. So for each one of these Bitcoin miners, there is a blue line for the peak that they reached in February of 2023. So that was just a month or a month and a half ago. So RIOT is one of the only Bitcoin miners, I believe there's only two, RIOT and Cypher, that are now above that line. So despite the fact that Bitcoin is up quite a bit, Bitcoin was at 25,000 at that point, and it's now at about 28,300. So it's up substantially from there. RIOT is reflecting this. So you can see RIOT's up about 18% from its February highs. And again, almost every single other Bitcoin miner is below this line. So that's the conversation I had in yesterday's video. I think a lot of these Bitcoin miners still have a lot of room to make up just to get back to where they were 1 or 2 months ago. Bitcoin has gotten back to where it was and then some. Bitcoin has gotten a lot healthier. The miners, for a variety of reasons, have lagged behind. So this is the one miner that has not lagged behind. This is up 18%. And then just to take a quick look at Cypher, you'll see Cypher's the other one that's positive. Cypher is up about 6% from where it was in its February highs. So those, I believe, are the only two. If you look at the rest of the Bitcoin miners, they still have a lot of ground to make up from where they were in the beginning or middle of February. So just an observation. Please do your own due diligence. Obviously, of course, as always, all the Bitcoin miners are extremely volatile. So please do your due diligence and be very careful trading. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you made it this far, please remember to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and you can hit the notification bell. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.